Good morning, students. Bridge Course 2. In this session, today we are going to see about measurements and geometry. In the unit measurements, today we are going to see about the four fundamental operations on quantities of different units and how to convert smaller unit to larger unit and vice versa. And in geometry, to know about the lines, line segment and rays, angle and its types, and to identify pair of complementary and supplementary angles. Before going to see about the conversion table and four fundamental operations and quantities of different units, let us see some few more real life examples that you have noticed how it is measured. Students, how do you buy rice, milk, cloth from the shop? Yes, we buy the rice in kilogram, milk in liter and cloth in meter. See here, how the tailors will measure the cloth. By using the measuring tape, the tailor measures the cloth in textile shop. Stop clock. And students, have you heard about any other measures used in earlier days? Yes, padi, udakku, aadakku, marakal, feet, span and cubit. These are all the measurements that the earlier people used. Cubit. Students, how your mother buying the knotted flowers? Yes, the flower seller measures the string of flowers using his hand. He measures in cubit. And we measure the height in centimeter and weight in kilogram. Now let's recap the basic metric units. Length in meter, weight in gram and capacity, that is volume in liter. We have to measure the length in meter, weight in gram, and to measure the capacity or volume we have to use liter. Now let us see the different metric units for different sizes in various situations. Large ones means we have to use kilometer, kiloliter or kilogram. Medium ones means meter, liter or gram. Small ones centimeter, centiliter or centigram. Very small ones means we have to use millimeter, milliliter or milligram. Now let's see the conversion within the metric system. All units of length in the metric system are defined in terms of the meter. A prefix is added to indicate the decimal place value position of the measurements. Similarly, the unit of weights and volumes are defined in terms of gram and liter. Okay, now let us observe the conversion chart. Kilo, hecto, deca, base unit, deci, centi, milli. See here the word kilo represents kilometer. In terms of weight, we have to use kilogram, and in terms of volume, we have to use here kiloliter. And similar for all the units. Hecto units, deca units, base unit, deci unit, centi unit and milli unit. When we move from higher unit to lower unit, we have to multiply the given measure by the powers of 10. For example, if we have to convert kilometer into hectometer, means we have to multiply by the powers of 10. And it is similar for hecto to deca, deca to base unit, base to deci, deci to centi and centi to milli. When we move from higher unit to lower unit, we have to multiply the given measures by the powers of 10. For example, when we move from lower unit to higher unit, we have to divide the given measure by the powers of 10. For example, if we want to convert milli to centi means we have to divide by 10. Centi to deci means we have to divide the given measure by 10, by the powers of 10. It is similar for deci to base, base to deca, deca to hecto and hecto to kilo. When we move from lower unit to higher unit, we have to divide the given measure by powers of 10. Now let's recall the conversion table. In length, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter, 1 kilometer equal to 1 lakh centimeter, 1 kilometer equal to 1 crore millimeter, and 1 meter equal to 1000 millimeter, 1 centimeter equal to 10 millimeter. And for weight, 1 kg equal to 1000 gram, 1 gram equal to 1000 milligram, and for volume, 1 kiloliter equal to 1000 liter and 1 liter equal to 1000 milliliter. Now let us see some of the measurements that are not part of metric system. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. 1 meter equal to 3.281 feet. 1 meter equal to 39.37 inches. 1 feet equal to 0.305 meter or 30.48 centimeter. 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometer and 1 handspan equal to 12 fingers and 1 cubit equal to 24 fingers. 1 ton is equal to 1000 kilogram, 1 quintal equal to 100 kilogram, 1 ton is equal to 10 quintal, 1 7 equal to 8 grams. Students, before we study conversion metric units, we should learn about the decimal point position when multiplying or dividing of a decimal number by the powers of 10. Students, when a decimal number is multiplied by 10, 100 and 1000, we move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the right. We have to move the decimal point towards right. Let's see with example. Here the given example is multiply 345.972 by 10, 100 and 1000. We have to multiply the decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. Let's first divide the given decimal number by 10. 345.972 into 10. See, first we have to move the decimal point by one place to the right because here only 1 0 is there. So we have to move the decimal point towards right. One place towards right. So we will get the answer as 3459.72. How you get the answer? Here we have to multiply the decimal number by 10. Here only 1 0 is there. So you have to move the decimal point one place towards right. For example, here 345.972 into 100. So, how many decimal point you have to move towards right? Yes, you have to move 2 places to the right because here we have 2 zeros. So, you have to move the decimal point by 2 places to the right. So, you will get the answer as 34,597.2. Students, now it is clear, no? Here we have only 1 0. So, you have to move the decimal point one place towards the right. So, you will get the answer as 3459.72. But here we have 2 zeros. So, you have to move 2 places towards right. You have to move the decimal point 2 places towards right. So, you will get the answer as 34,597.2. Now, let's see. 345.972 into 1000. Here we have how many zeros? Yes, 3 zeros. So, you have to move the decimal point towards right, how many places? 3 places you have to move. You have to move the decimal point by 3 places to the right. So the point will after the ones place. See, 3,45,972. Your answer is what? 3,45,972. Suppose, in case you have to multiply with the 10,000, 345.972 into 10,000 means how you have to move. Here we have 4 zeros. So you have to move 4 steps, 4 places to the right. Since there are only 3 digits in the decimal point. See here, after the decimal point, here we have only 3 numbers. So you have to add 0 to the right and then place the decimal point. Clear? No, you have to add 0 here because here we have 4 zeros. So you have to move the decimal point 4 steps towards right. But we have only 3 numbers after the decimal point. So you have to add 1 0 after the decimal number. Now you have to move 4 places towards right. You have to move the decimal point 4 places towards right. So your answer will be 34,59,720. Clear? Like this only you have to multiply the decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. See in this, here we have only 1 0, so you have to move 1 place towards right. Here we have 2 zeros, so you have to move 2 places towards right. 3 zeros means 3 places towards right and 4 zeros means 4 places towards right. Okay, now let's see how to divide a decimal number by 10, 100, 1000. To divide the decimal number, you have to move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the left. Let's see with example. Here we have to divide the decimal number 647.39 by 10, 100 and 1000. First, let's divide the decimal number by 10. 647.39 by 10. See here, how many zeros are there? Only one. So you have to move the decimal point towards left. To multiply only, you have to move the decimal point towards right. But here we have to divide the decimal number by 10. So you have to move the decimal point towards left. 1 places towards left. So you will get the answer as 64.739. Let's divide the decimal number by 100. 647.39 by 100. Here how many zeros are there? 2 zeros. So you have to move the decimal point 2 places towards left. How many places? 2 places you have to move. So you will get the answer as 6.4739. Now let's divide the decimal number by 1000. 647.39 by 1000. Here we have 3 zeros and here also we have 3 digits before the decimal point. So you have to move how many steps? 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. So you have to point the decimal point here. 0.64739. For example, if you have to divide with 10,000 means you have to add 0 towards left. See here. 647.39 by 10,000. See here how many zeros are there? 4 zeros. But here we have only 3 digits. Since there are only 3 digits in the integral part, add 1 0 and place the point. Okay, so you have to add here. So you have to move how many places? 4 places towards left. So your answer will be 0.064739. Like this you have to divide the decimal number by 10, 100, 1000 and 10,000. Now let's see the conversion of metric units using word problems. See here the given question is the official distance of marathon race is 42.195 kilometer. Express this distance in meter. See here the given questions in the form of kilometer. You have to convert this into meter. Students, as you already know that conversion of metric units. When you have to convert higher unit to lower unit, you have to multiply the given measure. Here we have to convert higher unit to lower unit only. So you have to multiply the given measure by the powers of 10. As we already know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Here we have to convert 42.195 kilometer into meter. So you have to multiply 42.195 into 1000. Students, as we already know that how to multiply the decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. Here we have 3 zeros. So how many places you have to move towards right? 3 places, because here we have 3 zeros. So you have to move the decimal point towards right with 3 places. So your answer will be 42,195 meter. Students, it is clear now. First, we have to convert this kilometer into meter. The given kilometer into meter. As we already know that formula, 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. 42.195 into 1000 is equal to 42,195 meter. And the second example is an average rainfall of Tamil Nadu is 998 millimeter. Convert it into centimeter. Here the given question is the average rainfall of Tamil Nadu is given as 998 millimeter. We have to convert this into centimeter. That is lower unit to higher unit. When we convert lower unit to higher unit, we have to divide the given measure by the powers of 10. As we already know that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. But here we have to convert millimeter into centimeter. Therefore, 1 millimeter is equal to 1 by 10 centimeter. So we have to divide 998 by 10. Here we have only 1 0. So you have to move the decimal point. Here the decimal point is not given. So place the decimal point here and you have to move the decimal point towards left 1 places. See, 1 place you have to move towards left. So your answer will be 99.8 centimeter or millimeter. Yes, you have to convert millimeter into centimeter only. So you have to use here centimeter. Students, now let's see the fundamental operations on quantities with different units. Students, we can do the basic operations on the metric units as we do the decimal operations. And note that measurements with the same unit can be added and subtracted. But unlike units of measurement should be converted into like units and then you can add or subtract. Let's see with example. Here the given example is Sarita bought 6 meter and 40 centimeter of cloth for herself and 3 meter and 80 centimeter of cloth for her sister. What was the total length of the cloth bought by her? See here the given question is Sarita bought 6 meter and 40 centimeter of cloth for herself and 3 meter and 80 centimeter for her sister. We have to find the total length of the cloth bought by her. We have to find the total length of the cloth. Total, here the word total represent what? We have to add the given measurement of cloth. Then only we can easily find the total length of the cloth. See here the length of the cloth bought for Sarita is meter, centimeter. 6 meter and 40 centimeter. And the length of cloth bought for Sarita's sister is 3 meter 80 centimeter. To find the total length of the cloth, we have to add the two measurements. First, we have to start with centimeter. 0 plus 0, 0. 4 plus 8, 12. 1 is carry over. Then 1 plus 6 plus 3 is 10. So, the total length of the cloth is 10 meter 20 centimeter. Example 4. Geeta bought 2 liter and 250 milliliter of water in a bottle. Her friend drank 300 milliliter from it. How much of water is remaining in the bottle? Here the given question is, Geeta bought 2 liter and 250 milliliter of water. After that, her friend drank 300 milliliter from the bottle. So we have to find the remaining water in the bottle. To find the remaining water, we have to subtract the given two measurements. Geeta bought 2 liter 250 milliliter of water and her friend drank 300 milliliter. Students, you have to write the milliliter in milliliter column and liter in liter column. Here liter is not there, so you have to put 0 here, 0 liter. Now to find the remaining water in the bottle, you have to subtract the given two measurements. 0 minus 0, 0. 5 minus 0, 5. We can't subtract the number 3 from 2. So you have to borrow from liter. 2 will become 1 and this 2 will become 12. 12 minus 3 is 9 and then 1 minus 0 is 1. So the remaining water in the bottle is 1 liter 950 milliliter. Example 5. Tenmodi's height is 1.25 meter now. She grows 5 centimeter every year. What should be her height after 6 years? See here the given question is Tenmodi's height is 1.25. The present height is 1.25 meter and she grows 5 centimeter every year. What would be the height after 6 years? So, Tenmodi height is 1.25 meter. For every year she grows 5 centimeter. We have to find the height after 6 years. For 1 year she grows 5 centimeter. For 6 year, 6 into 5, that is 30 centimeter he grows. Students, it is clear no? For 1 year she grows 5 centimeter. Then 6 year means after 6 years she grows 30 centimeter. 6 into 5 equal to 30 centimeter. Now we have to add 30 centimeter with 1.25 meter. Now the present height is 1 meter 25 centimeter. After 6 years, for 1 year she grows 5 centimeter and after 6 years she grows 30 centimeter. So you have to add 30 centimeter with present height. So 5 plus 0 is 5, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 1. Therefore, after 6 years, Tenmodi's height will be 1 meter and 55 centimeter. Example 6. In a school, 200 liters of lemon juice is prepared. If 250 milliliter lemon juice is given to each student, how many students get the juice? See here, totally 200 liters of lemon juice is prepared. For each students, they give 250 milliliter of lemon juice. We have to find how many students gets the juice. So, to find the number of students, we have to divide the total number of liters, that is total liter of lemon juice, by 250 milliliter. See here, the given question is in the form of one is liter and another one is milliliter. As we already know that we can't subtract or divide with the unlike unit of measurements. Here we have the measurement of liters and milliliter. So first we have to convert this liter into milliliter. 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. 200 liter is equal to 200 into 1000. So your answer will be 2 lakh milliliter. So we have to divide 2 lakh milliliter by 250 milliliter. After cancel this, we will get the answer as 800. 800 students get the juice. Now let's learn about the geometrical concepts such as point, ray, line segment, plane, intersecting lines, parallel lines, perpendicular lines, and line. A point indicates a position in space. It has no length, breadth, or thickness. It can be read as point P, point R, and point S. Line. A line contains an infinite number of points. For example, here the line PQ is given. It can be read as line PQ or line QP. See here, any 2 points on a line can be used to name it. See, line AB, line CB, and line BC. Again line CA, AC, and BA. Now let's see about line segment. A line segment contains a finite number of points. It is a fixed distance between 2 points on a line. It has 2 endpoints. See, a line segment has 2 endpoints. It can be written as line DE or line ED. These 2 points are considered as a endpoints. And then ray. What is meant by ray? A ray contains an infinite number of points. A ray has one endpoint. The other end of the ray is extended indefinitely. See here, a ray contains an infinite number of points, but here a ray has only one endpoint and the other end extends towards one position. It can be read it as ray XY. Parallel lines. 2 lines that are at the same distance and do not meet are called parallel lines. Here the given line AB and CD are parallel to each other. They do not meet each other. So it can be read it as the line AB is parallel to CD. In similar way, it can be written as the line AB is parallel to PQ. When two intersecting lines make a right angle at the point of intersection, then they are called perpendicular lines. See here the two lines are intersecting each other, but it makes a right angle. So the line AB is perpendicular to CD. See here the two lines are intersecting each other, but it makes a right angle. So the line AB is perpendicular to CD. Now let us see the types of triangle based on its sides and based on its angles. First, let's see the types of triangle based on its sides. Students, if 3 sides of the triangle are different in lengths, then it is called a scalene triangle. If any 2 sides of the triangle are equal in length, then it is called an isosceles triangle. If 3 sides of the triangle are equal in length, then it is called an equilateral triangle. Thus, based on the sides of triangle, we can classify triangles into three types: scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, and an equilateral triangle. Now let's see the types of triangle based on its angles. If three angles of the triangle are acute angles between 0 degree and 90 degree, then it is called an acute angled triangle. If an angle of a triangle is a right angle, that is 90 degree, then it is called a right angled triangle. If an angle of a triangle is an obtuse angle, that is between 90 degree and 180 degree, then it is called an obtuse angled triangle. Thus, based on angles of triangle, we can classify triangle into three types. One is acute angled triangle, then right angled triangle, then obtuse angled triangle. Now let us see about what is meant by complementary angles and what is meant by supplementary angles. See here, complementary angles is nothing but two angles are complementary to each other if they add up to 90 degree. If they are add up to 90 degree, then it is called a complementary angles. See here, one given example is 70 degree and 20 degree. If they add up to 90 degree means then this angle is said to be a complementary angle. See, 70 degree plus 20 degree is equal to 90 degree. So it is called complementary angle. Let's check with one more example. See here, the pair of angles is given. We have to find whether it is a complementary angle or supplementary angle. Students, as we already know that complementary angles means if they add up to 90 degree, if it is equal to 90 degree means then it is called complementary angle. If it is not equal to 90 degree, below 90 or above 90 means it is said to be a non-complementary angle. First, let's check whether the given angle is complementary or non-complementary angle. 45 degree plus 45 degree. 45 plus 45 is equal to, yes, 90 degree. It is equal to 90 degree. So it is said to be complementary angle. If it is not equal to 90 degree means that then it is said to be a non-complementary angle. Now let's see what is meant by supplementary angles. Supplementary angle is nothing but it is similar to complementary angles, but if they add up to 180 degree then it is called supplementary angles. Two angles are supplementary to each other if they add up to 180 degree. For example, see here, one of the degree is 147 degree and the other one is 33 degree. If they add up to 180 degree, if it is equal to 180 degree means then it is called a supplementary angle. See here, 147 plus 33 is 180 degree. It is equal to 180 degree. So it is called supplementary angle. Let's check with other example. One of the degree is 150 degree and the other one is 30 degree. If it is equal to 180 degree means then it is called supplementary angle. If it is not equal to 180 degree means then it is called non-supplementary angles. Let's check 150 plus 30 degree. 150 plus 30 degree is 180 degree. It is equal to 180 degree. So it is called supplementary angles.